All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're still in the midst of Memorial Day week trading. We're calling the oil bottom in real time, but you'll have to see what happens there. Some earnings to look through, as well as our game plan and Forex and our full stock analysis. I am Mark Melnick, and this is the Newsbeat Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newsbeat Show. Grindy action continues in our market as the volume remains tapered off. There is not a lot of good things today, and traders will go back and they'll show you these charts. And I love traders who do this as opposed to just admitting that it's slow overall. That's not to say there isn't money to be made, but there's not a lot to highlight. I mean, we called the oil bottom in real time, and that sounds impressive. And then I use the word but because it actually didn't equate to much because it happened right near the end of the day. So this is what I mean by the oil bottom here. We basically were, by oil, we're referring to OIH, which is the VanEck Vectors Oil Service ETF. And we're able to call an extremely accurate bottom in OIH. However, it didn't translate to much. I mean, we're talking like after our call out, OIH went up like 18, 19 cents after falling all day. So even though it ended up being an accurate call at day lows, it was like, okay. And unfortunately, I had to sit there and wait all day doing nothing for that small trade to happen just to make a little bit of money. That was even the hard part. As quoting an analogy from a member in our community, he says, watching the market this week is like watching a marathon. Excitement happens at the beginning and at the end, but everything in between just drags on, bar a few sporadic events. And that is exactly what this market has turned into. But don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. We're going to have huge plays. We're going to have huge, home run type ideas. For now, I need you guys to be content batting singles and doubles. As I am saying here, you lost a little bit of money today? Great. You broke even today? Flattish up or down a little? Great. You made a little money today? Great. There's one thing I ask from you guys. Don't get destroyed on a day like today. There is absolutely no excuse for that. I paint the picture every single day of what's happening here. I learned something today. We were watching Micron for a long, Macy's, Adobe, all these names, and let's. I think I want to highlight Micron. So we start with a simple 1 minute chart here of Micron. And using my methodology in the current environment, I say basically the first test of a 1 minute bar can equate to a long opportunity. And it was just some weird phenomenon. It was like weird. So as Micron is trying to push $60 here this morning, here's a 1 minute chart. It's trying to push $60. I'm actually saying I want to buy the stock at 59.57. I want 59 because Micron had a lot of volume today off the massive gap up. If you didn't look at it, definitely take a look at it. And it's right here in front of your face if you want to look at it. And I basically said when Micron was here at 59.98, I want to buy it if it flushes through 59.57. Let 59.57 hit, let it blip lower with the high volume, and then let me get long. Instead, Micron hits 59.57 here to the penny. I kid you not. There it is right in front of your face. And literally bounces to 85 cents. Now, I know 57 to 85 cents, that's 28 cents, doesn't sound like a lot. However, those options you could have played exactly at that point went up 20%. To me, that's a trade. In this market environment, that's a trade. So I said, okay, I missed it because it hit my level exactly to the penny. That is absolutely insane. So I said, all right, I'm going to wait on the 5 minute here. 5 minute flush through. I started buying Micron here. It went lower, looked like it was going higher, went lower. I didn't sell. I sold too early, yada, yada, yada. And then Micron took off. A lot of members in the room made money on that. I ended up sort of break even-ish, maybe up just very, very little on that Micron move, despite an accurate bottom call. Then using the Melnick stair-step approach, we watched the 15-minute. Here's the 15-minute of Micron. Check it out. Blips the 15-minute right here at 59.34, giving you a long opportunity using the same methodology I've been using for the past 6 months because it's been effective, and Micron ended up going up. We're going to have to stair-step this market. If you don't know what a stair step is, you didn't take my Newsbeat masterclass. So if you didn't take my Newsbeat masterclass, I'm not even telling you to take it. I'll explain to you what it is. We basically start at a very low time frame and we start quote unquote dancing our way up the time frames, as I so eloquently put it. The funny thing is I have about as much rhythm as like that huge rock sitting in front of your front lawn or in the yard in front of your house. I have absolutely no rhythm. So to say like I have a Melnick stair step strategy or a dance step is ironic at best. But with that being said, as soon as the exponential 8 hits on a 1 minute, 5 minute, 15-minute, you're having a buying opportunity. In this market, check it out. Just go light. Okay, you're used to taking $2,000 worth of calls on these little ideas, right? What I'm saying is maybe go down to like $800. Take 40% of your size. You buy 1,000 shares of something at a certain level, buy 400. You take 300 shares of something, buy 120. But what that's going to do is the goal is to be in the trade long enough where you'll make money. And you're light enough where if it goes against you, you're not getting crushed. And yeah, you're not hitting a home run. All of these ideas I'm showing you, you could have gone in 10 times heavier as opposed to 40% as heavy, and you could have made money. I don't doubt that. It's not the right market. You know you're going to be successful with me. You know I'm going to give you those ideas that you're going to be able to slam the living. You know what out of. Not right now. Not right now. As a broadcaster and as a moderator here in the Newsbeat live room, it is my moral obligation and moral duty to serve you guys in the best known capacity that I know how. So there were a couple chatter names. I didn't bring up one. I didn't trade one. However, they've oddly been working. I want to show you what a home run idea looks, a real home run idea that we can actually call, not Captain Hindsight bringing a chart to you. This idea I had today. I had this idea here at around 47 bucks right over here at Tesaro, and there was chatter that they might be a takeout target. And look what happened. Well, Gilead might take them out. And the stock went from 47 and change to 53.68. That is a potential home run. The truth is, I was shocked it worked in the current environment. So I have to keep my eyes peeled, especially that we're walking into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, because the truth is, with this grind-like action, I might actually have something good for us. It's doubtful, but I've seen it before, and it's happening in front of our faces. This Tesaro was a straight-up news chatter idea. I didn't trade a single contract. I didn't trade a single share. And it's definitely good to review. I like to review my losing trades. I like to review my winning trades. I like to review trades I didn't take. But what I'm telling you is what you see here in Tesaro, I can bring you an idea like this, and I know you guys absolutely are confident in that with the type of ideas I brought you before. So there is still good news flow out there despite this grind-like action. But again, as our room member so eloquently put it, it's like watching a marathon. There's stuff to watch in the beginning, there's stuff to watch at the end, and everything in between is pretty much useless other than a sporadic event here and there. And that is exactly what this market is. Anybody who's telling you to push the gas pedal in this market, run away as far as you can from that person. And as traders, and if you're new to this room with, congratulations and welcome from the open house. I know you joined right before Memorial Week, and believe me, I would love to have a lot of high energy, high end plays for you guys. But as always in the Newsbeat live room, it will slow down. As always in the Newsbeat live room, it's going to speed up 100 miles an hour. So, Anybody who tells you that you should be trading the same size in every environment simply doesn't know how to control their risk. So they tell you what to do to be, equal. I remember when I was a trader, working over at T3 11 years ago, one of the traders there said that one of the most important things for trading is that you always take the same size in every position. And at the time, I was like, okay, at the time it was 2007. I was, I guess, sort of a veteran. I've been day trading the stock market for 8 years at that point. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I realize that couldn't be the furthest thing from the truth. And coincidentally, the trader who told me that is no longer a trader. It is not prudent to take the same size. The problem is most traders don't know. That was, I would say, the one hardest thing for me to learn as a trader in my 19-year career. And I'm an active day trader. When I say I'm a trader for 19 years, it's not like I was, you know, sitting there with like a long-term swing account, just sitting there watching it every day, doing nothing else, calling myself a day trader. I will tell you the hardest thing for me to learn was definitely when to change my size. It was absolutely a way to change my size. For those, I'm still setting up my account. Next week, we're going to be coming out with a bunch of overnight opportunities. Congratulations to those who took Celgene with us today. We needed a winner like that. In Celgene, we were buying at the bottom here. It doesn't look like a big move with this green bar, but the bottom line is this stock was up over $2.20 today, and those calls exploded. We took a call spread, and it still exploded. This call spread absolutely exploded. I'm still holding it. We're going to have so many of these new ideas. And based on what everybody is saying in the room, I have the VanEck challenge for you guys. Open up. Here's the VanEck challenge. You open up here. Let's make it official. Let's make it official. Forget about the earnings. I might go over. Let's talk about the VanEck challenge. So number 2, the VanEck challenge. What is the VanEck challenge? VanEck challenge is you take a $5,000 account, bare minimum. We had a vote in the room, basically, how big did people want this overnight / swing account to be? And I gave my room the option of 5,000, 10,000, 25,000, 50,000, 100,000, or 250,000. And the winning vote was $5,000. 74% of you guys said you want me to start with a $5,000 account. So I'm jumping in the trenches. 100% of the profits that I make in this account will go to charity. 100%. And I plan on growing it, increasing size exponentially. I want to show you guys what you could really do with a $5,000 account. And I want to show you how you could do it with trading safe and not blowing up your account on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 trades. I want to show you how you could do it. So the VanEck challenge is see if you could beat me. See how well you could do. The goal is to take a fresh $5,000 account, open it up anywhere, wherever you want. You pay your own brokerage fees. I found that Tasty Trades has no base rate for an option contract. You just pay the fee for the option contract, and it's like $1 per option contract to enter and $0 to exit. And if you think you can do an overnight account that's better than us, it's the VanEck challenge. Believe in yourself. Let's see if you could do it. Let's see if you could do better than the members of our room. Let's see if you're in our room and you could do a better job than me with some of your overnight ideas. So you could set whatever parameters you want. For me, my parameters are going to be 5% on every trade. 5% account risk on every single trade. So it's $250 per trade, the maximum risk. That is how I'm going to run the account. And when I double my account, it'll be $500 a trade, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I think it's a fun challenge. I think we could do a lot of good for the world. I think this challenge, you know, really puts everything to the test. And if you're interested in joining, all you have to do, open up an account with 5 grand. It's as bare minimum, I think, as you could really get these days. And it basically puts you in the trenches with a new trader. And to me, I'm honored and humbled. And it sort of takes me back to when I first started trading. When I first started trading, I had to borrow $12,500 from my now dead grandmother, and my brother and I both borrowed 12,500. We opened up a $25,000 account. They gave us 4-to-1 margins, and we were able to split the account, so we each had $50,000 in buying power. I was able to pay her back within 3 weeks, and I was able, this was back in .com times '99, where trading was easy. Let's not pretend trading was hard back then. It was much easier than it is today, and it sort of takes me back to my humble roots to have an account like this. And I'll let you guys track performance. I'll show you the good, bad, and the ugly. I'll show you everything in between. I'll share with you in real time the trades I'm taking. I'll tell you the trades I'm taking before I actually open up the order and position. I'll tell you guys exactly where I got filled. When I exit, if I exit certain positions, I'll tell you exactly where I sold it. So you guys are going to have full, unfettered access to my trades, and they're all going to be safe trades, call spreads, put spreads. Almost 100% of the trades will be like that. So they're very easy. Don't get intimidated by the word call spread and put spread. The truth is, you have to do options if you're doing a $5,000 account. I mean, let's say you wanted to swing Micron. If you wanted to take Micron long as an overnight with a $5,000 account, what are you going to do? Let's say you wanted to take 5% of your account risk in Micron. You're going to take $250 worth of Micron. What are you going to buy? 4 shares of Micron? You're going to buy 4 shares of Micron? Like literally, like the number 4? The only way to make money with an account like that is through options. That's why I'm saying it. Look, if you think you could trade penny stocks and do better than me, you're more than welcome. But it's a fun challenge. See how far it gets you. So with that being said, that's interesting. Turn it into a long-term charity drive. We'll see. We'll see. Let's get right over to my game plan in Forex. Just a silly name here, CHKE. That's Cherokee Incorporated. If you ever seen the Cherokee shirts, and it's like an apparel store. Stock exploded out today from 81 cents to $1.04. And I want to see if it could get to follow through to the upside. Okay, you could do stock if you're, in a $5,000 account if you're tracking names like this. You could do names like this. So that's one possibility. So I'm looking for a simple break here of $1.04. That's today's high in CHKE Cherokee. With that being said, I'm going to share my Forex orders with you. Orders from my live Forex account. Excuse the cruddy screenshot here, as it's just literally a screenshot from my account. Just 2 simple orders here. You got the type, it's a buy order. You got my size, there's the US standard lots. You got the symbol I'm looking to get filled in. You got the price I'm looking to get filled at. You got my stop loss if I'm wrong after I get filled. You have my take profit level if I'm right after I get filled. And it's all in front of you. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, take it real slow this week. Take it easy. A lot of people are stepping away from their computers. Yeah, we did call the bottom in oil today, and I used the word but because it just wasn't that impressive. Calling the bottom in oil sounds more impressive than what it was, but we nailed the dead lows in OIH today. I ended up buying rig for pennies. I scalped pennies out of it. And in this environment, you have to really be content with a lot of singles, and if you're lucky, a double. So with that being said, we're going to go into our full stock analysis that is for Newsbeat Live members only. It's your stocks, buy levels, and thoughts, where I would look to buy or sell any security that you're watching. Of course, again, that is for Newsbeat Live members only. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the fastest growing trading room in the nation. Happy trading, make money, and we'll see you guys next time on the Newsbeat Live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening.